Welcome to Jeonju. Our first area that we're in is, I don't think we came here last time, and it's like the Gen Z kind of cool, not Old Town area. And I just walked by this place called Bling, and I couldn't tell what these were, but they're like, you put them on your open buttons. And it's a little Cass bottle. They have soju and other stuff. Our first trip here, somebody told us that Cass is ASS. We'll keep it family friendly. And I disagree, and I've doubled down on this trip. It's my favorite Korean beer. So now I have some Bling. Welcome to Jeonju. Jeonju is one of South Korea's most popular tourist destinations thanks to its well-preserved Hanok village. But we were here 2 years ago, so in this video we want to get a little bit outside the center of town and do things like ride a rail bike on an unused portion of the railway, visit a fermentation theme park, sip rice wine at Macaulay Alley, and make pizza at a cheese village. By the way, in case you're new here, I'm Steph, and my husband Pete and our 4-year-old son Hayes and I travel a lot. We're spending the month of April on a big road trip all around Korea. In our last video, we were in Mokpo. In our next video, we'll be exploring Incheon and Songdo, and we'd love to have you follow along. Oh, and before I forget, big thank you to the Korea Tourism Organization for partnering with us on this video.
So good.
Hayes has been obsessed with Tanggulu since our trip to Taiwan, so that's the next stop. We've made it half a block.
Okay, so you got a little Cass
Yeah, what are
thing.
you gonna get?
He's got his
On our
Tanggulu.
night out in the Gen Z neighborhood.
Don't know. I know what I want. I need to get my, what do you call this?
Tempered glass.
Tempered glass replaced. Isn't that cute?
So we have a lovely guide, Lisa, helping us while we're here in Jeonju. And she was explaining this area is kind of where young people hang out and told us to pick a place for dinner. And we asked her some recommendations, and she said this area is more known for like non-Korean food. So we're actually having a big Italian meal. I don't know if anybody else is like this, but I used to be the type of person that like when I went on a vacation to a different country, I could only eat that country's cuisine the whole time. Like I refused to eat a single meal outside of that cuisine. Now, we've been in Korea for like over 3 weeks, and it's silly because it's not like Koreans are only eating exclusively Korean food at every meal. So over the last several years, that's something I've become a little bit better at. Before we call it a night, we're just having a little walk around Jeolgamyeong. It's basically the old government buildings from hundreds and hundreds of years old. But they were recently restored in 2020, I believe, and then they light them up at night, so it's just gorgeous. Hanok houses don't use nails. It all just like fits together, like real life Lego. And the other thing that's so fascinating about them is like Korea has 4 distinct seasons, and it gets really, really cold in the winter and it gets really hot in the summer. And they're designed, you have the ondo system of heating the floors, and then also the ability to open all the windows in the summer, and then also like the angle of the roof evidently is scientific to keep out sun in the summer and let in sun in the winter. I don't totally understand, but it's easy to just kind of walk by them when we've spent so much time here and you've seen them so many times, but they're pretty fascinating.
This one's cool because it's effectively brand new.
Right.
So it's keeping the old traditional building techniques and how they used to make them, and it looks stunning. And it's going to only look better when all the pine starts to weather a little bit as well.
Stop! Stop, guys!
Uh-oh. You want me to do it, Hayes?
Yeah.
Okay.
My hand is too short, too.
Yeah. This morning we're on a rail bike, and I've always wanted to do one of these. There's a few in the country, I think. We're in Jeonju, and this was a real railway line until 2008 when it was converted into this tourist attraction.
Already in there.
sometimes it's not that keen on the next activity, doesn't really want to do it. But he just got here and he started doing this activity, and then he said to Mummy that, "Oh, this is really fun, I'm so glad we're doing this."
The rail bike was fun, but now it's craft time, which we're really excited about. We're at the Experience Center back in the Hanok Village, learning about different paper crafts unique to this area. So we got to select what we wanted to make. Pete and Hayes are making paper fans that they get to watercolor, which I was a little bit jealous of, but then I saw that I chose this box, and I get to like glue all these different papers to it and fold things, and then I think we're gonna get to stick these things on it. I don't know, this is a fun activity.
It says 10 and 11, I love you.
10, 11, I don't like you.
You can't come to Jeonju without having bibimbap because it's from here. And actually the next place we're going to is all about gochujang and fermentation, so it's even more exciting. If you watched our video from Busan, our friend Ki-young actually studied at a culinary school here, and this is her favorite bibimbap place, so I'm really excited. We've got the rice in the iron pot, dolsat bibimbap. We've had bibimbap while we've been here, but I haven't had the crispy, crunchy dolsat version yet, so I'm very excited. And then we have all of our delicious veg, and then the yuko raw beef. And we add the rice to here, give it a good bibim. Which means, bibim means mix, bap means rice. Oh, that's good. I wonder what makes a place like your favorite outlet. I should ask her, but like, is it the vegetables? Is it the quality of the beef? Is it the atmosphere? Is it the quality of the gochujang? I don't know, but this is really delicious. She came over and wanted to pour tea in here, because that's what you do when you eat at the end, the nurungji. I've said this in another video, I think. I'm not a big fan of that. What I am a big fan of is just eating it. Woo! I love just eating it crispy like this. On this trip to Korea, my third visit, I became a little bit embarrassed that my vocabulary is limited to basic food dishes, such as dolsa bibimbap, which isn't that helpful when you're trying to have an actual conversation with locals. So in preparation for the group trip to Korea that we're hosting next spring, we've partnered with Rosetta Stone to learn practical phrases and hold meaningful conversations in Korean. Honestly, I'm not sure what took me so long, because before I moved to China in 2008, I purchased Rosetta Stone Mandarin, which at the time came with a CD. Ancient. All these years later, I still remember those first key phrases I learned. 这个男孩子在看书. The little boy can read. In 2024, you can practice Rosetta Stone anytime and anywhere with an app, but it still remains totally immersive. Rosetta Stone uses pictures and audio from native speakers in a way that allows your brain to naturally make connections. So you can learn any language as if it were your first language. The pronunciation tool makes learning Korean feel natural, even for those who find learning languages difficult. It compares your communication to real native speakers, which boosts your confidence and allows you to make real progress, which makes you more prepared and excited to talk to people. I cannot recommend Rosetta Stone highly enough. After all, it's who I turned to 16 years ago when I was looking to learn Mandarin, and I know that it's going to be a game changer on our future trips to Korea. You can get 50% off your choice of a single language lifetime subscription, or get 50% off all 25 languages with an all language lifetime subscription. Both are available only with the link in our description. Leave a comment and let us know what language you want to learn. Now we are somewhere that I didn't know existed, and actually it didn't exist 2 years ago, and we're in Suncheon, which is an area famous for gochujang and all things fermentation. So this is the Suncheon Fermentation Theme Park. And there's like a bajillion buildings, and each one has a different theme and stuff. So the first one we're going to is Yeast Hall, and it's basically a whole site devoted to like teaching children about the importance of fermented foods, which are incredibly important in Korean cuisine, but done in a very like fun and kid-friendly way. Who knew?
Do they have elbow and knee pads as well? Ah! This is high. Whoa. That's cool out there. It's a good view. Oh my gosh, we just have to go for it. Ready?
The irony of today's visit is that it's Passover. We're learning all about yeast.
What better way to learn about yeast colliding and having reactions than illustrating it in bumper carts? It's genius. This is gochujang ice cream. Never had it before. I was just joking with our guide, Yureen, if they had gochujang ice cream. She said, of course they do. And it's good. I thought it would actually be a little bit more spicy, but it's not. It's really pretty mellow.
What flavor did you get, Hayes?
Bananas.
As we mentioned, it's our second time in Jeonju, and this time we haven't actually spent that much time in the Jeonju Hanok village, so we have a little bit of time before dinner, and we're gonna take a little stroll, and more importantly, go play in the stream that Hayes is obsessed with and was obsessed with 2 years ago. Hayes has been talking about the stream all day, but pro tip, if you have kids and you're coming to Jeonju, this stream is very popular, but the pro tip is to bring some toy boats. Hours of fun.
Daddy! Daddy! Our peas! Quick! Our peas!
This is Makgeolli Alley, and we did not come here last time. I don't think I knew about it, and I've since read about it and seen other YouTube videos, so I said this is the #1 thing I want to do in Jeonju this time. Jeonju is famous for their type of makgeolli rice wine, and I don't know much about what's about to happen, but I do know that you have it in these like kettles, and as long as you're drinking makgeolli, they bring you little dishes, kind of like tapas, from what I've heard. I really don't know what to expect. This is right up our alley, and this is another recommendation from our friend Hee-young, who we did a cooking class with in Busan, but we studied here in Jeonju, so thank you, Hee-young. Also, we're not driving tonight, just get that out there. Taxis only.
Hey, Gino, you going dumb.
I wish I could tell you more about what we're eating, but I don't really know what a lot of it is. So it's just some of the things we have. Kimchi pancake, macaroni salad, bean sprouts. This is crab of some sort, and I think it's cooked a little bit. This is crab of some sort, and it's raw, marinated with some rice. I have no idea what this is, but it's good. Kind of like a mortadella situation. I'm sure that's not what it is. Jjigae, what we think is mackerel, kimchi and tofu. No idea what this is. It came with seaweed, which we gave to Hayes. More seaweed. Don't know. I think this is like chestnut stuff. And then this chestnut tofu, gelatinous chestnut. This I really have no idea. Like, it looks like it could be meat or fish or like a root vegetable.
We're flying a little bit blind here. Not quite sure what the order of events is because we've got a bunch of food and we didn't get the makgeolli, so I went and asked the guys, can we get our makgeolli? They kind of looked at me a little bit strange, and then they showed me on their phone with Google Translate, you have 8 more dishes coming, so we're not sure whether do you eat everything first and then you get the drink? Don't know. Anyway, this would be really fun as like an Airbnb experience where you come with a local to like give you more insight, but hey ho, it's great.
And more people to eat all this food.
Yeah.
I'm going dumb. I'm going dumb.
That place was totally child friendly, but I just want you to know that at that meal, from all of those hundreds of dishes on the table, dozens, Hayes ate the mackerel and he watched Pete's phone, which we do sometimes. He had a great day, very busy, and that was something we wanted to try, and that's what we did, just trying to keep it real.
And if anyone knows how to get Stephanie's face on the front of the restaurant.
Last time we were in Jeonju, we ate the famous choco pies. This is our second visit, so we are making the famous choco pies. I don't know much more about them. They look like coins once you dip them in the chocolate. They have cream inside and also jam. Okay, so the first thing you do is you separate them.
이렇게 돌려서 내려놓고 쪼그라기 찍어서 눈 일자 눈 찍고 콜 하트.
I think our instructor had about 18 cups of coffee this morning. This is like that I Love Lucy episode. Okay, keep up.
Where should I put it? Where should I?
And this is the end result, 15 choco pies. And we have, like Steph said, 15 days to eat it. This was a brilliant activity, highly recommend it, especially with kids. Even if you don't have kids, it was a lot of fun. 감사합니다.
감사합니다. 여기서 사진 찍으면 오목대.
Now we are about 20 kilometers from Jeonju in Imsil, which is famous for cheese. And we're about to go to a cheese theme park. But before we do, we wanted to make something with cheese. We're making pizza, and actually we're making cheese stuffed crust pizza. And I know I'm American, but I've never had stuffed crust pizza.
Look at this, so good. Did I do really good?
You're doing great. I'm just closing up your crusts.
Thank you.
This is the before, and this is the after. Looks great. Can't wait to learn more about it at the cheese theme park.
So if you're like me, perhaps you don't think of South Korea when you think of cheese, but here in Imsil, they've been producing cheese since the 1960s. I'm going to tell you that story a little bit later because I'm hoping there'll be some information for me to learn here at the Imsil Cheese Theme Park.
Cheese theme park! The hills are alive with the smell of cheese.
Alright, this is going to be as accurate as it can be. Most of the information's in Korean. Why is there cheese in Imsil? Well, there was a Belgian priest here in the 60s. He had 2 goats, he was producing milk, but he had all this leftover milk, and he decided, I'm gonna make some cheese. And this is a very like agricultural area, and it was, you know, a decade after the war, and so he thought, if I can learn about cheese and make cheese here, that will be a good economic driver for this region. I think that's more or less the story. Now I read there's like 70 different brands of cheese from this area. It's a major industry. Of course, cheese is becoming more popular even in Korean cuisine. We were just with a friend at the beginning of our trip in Seoul, and she couldn't get over like how many opportunities there were to eat cheese on the dakgalbi and the ramen, all sorts of stuff like that. So it all started here with 2 goats and a Belgian priest. I'm so sorry.
There you go, sir. How's that? Oh yeah, drink it up. Good. Oh my gosh.
I know we've said this 1,000 times, but Korean museums are very high tech. And this one, of course, has a VR opportunity to feed baby goats milk. I think we'll leave you here at the cheese theme park. That is a wrap on Jeonju. What a fun, unexpected couple of days. Thank you again to Korea Tourism Organization and also to our lovely guide, Yurim. This has been wonderful. If you missed our last video, it was in Mokpo. Our next video, great question. It's either gonna be from Seoul, where we're headed right now, or Incheon and Songdo. A lot of people said to go to Songdo last time, so we want to go check that out before we fly to France, sadly. Our month in Korea is quickly coming to a close. Thanks for watching this one. We really appreciate it. Go eat some cheese.
Bye.
Bye!